This is your WCIA 3 forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical.
Good evening to you. I'm Jordan here for the weather I had Craig Tross and came over to Cater and see the flag. That flag has been hitting pretty good all day long because of the wind we've had out there. Now we've got a little bit of cloud cover that has moved into the region. You can see on the satellite radar got plenty in the way of cloud cover. And take a look at these temperatures. We've got readings that are into the mid-70s right now. Look at that, 75 in Champaign and in Springfield, 73 in Effingham. Here's a look at the evening planner through tonight with readings into the low and mid-60s. It's going to feel great. We'll talk about how long this warmth sticks around when we come back. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA 3 News.
A college student from Illinois is dead after an accident. Why money raised for funeral expenses is going towards something else. Plus, schools are getting financial help with reopening, how the governor thinks that money should be spent.
And he was part of Champaign's music scene for decades. How many are remembering a man who made beautiful music?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
The best person. To know him was to love him.
And loved ones are remembering a 20-year-old college student who died in a tragic accident. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Jacob Schleins grew up in Mahomet. He died after falling off of a fourth-floor balcony at Indiana University on Friday. WCIA 3's Jen Lask is live in the newsroom. Jen, you talked to his roommate. How are friends and family paying tribute?
Jennifer's friend started raising money for his funeral expenses, but his roommate says Schleins' mom instead asked them to put that money into a scholarship.
He knew everyone and everyone loved him.
Still, Jack Vecchio says he's overwhelmed seeing all of the donations pouring in for a scholarship in Jacob Schleins' name.
It's just, we're all blown away at the reach and the support, the tremendous support that this has been getting.
Vecchio is working with IU's Department of Student Affairs to make sure Schleins and his passion for education, sports, and giving back isn't forgotten.
He was just the greatest kid, so genuine, so sweet. He was always actually caring about you and always going out of his way to make sure you were all right and just checking up on you.
Schleins, a business major, was involved with IU Dance Marathon benefiting Riley Children's Hospital, Kids for Casa, and the Drop the Puck on Cancer hockey event.
He just had such far reach throughout every world he was a part of, the hockey community, the IU community, any other kind of community.
He was his parents' life.
Champaign County Sheriff Dustin Harmon works with Schleins' mom. Daily,
she would be speaking about what he was doing and things like that.
He says Schleins will be missed at the Sheriff's Department and wants Teresa and Jim Schleins to hear this.
We are there for them. We are supporting them in any way we can. And that's what families do whenever something, tragic like this happens, is we rally together. We will provide any kind of resources that they need.
Visitation and funeral services will be held on Friday in Urbana. We've shared a link to the GoFundMe on our website, WCIA.com. Back to you.
All right, Jen, thank you. Police are checking nearby surveillance cameras to see if there's any footage of his fall. Schleins, who died at the hospital, donated his organs.
2 people are dead after it crashed last night in Mansfield. Mansfield and the Pike County coroner say Marvin Andre died at the scene after a single motorcycle crash. Another person was taken to a Champaign County hospital and later died there. That person's name hasn't been released. No word yet on how this crash happened, so the sheriff's office is investigating. And investigators are trying to identify the person who killed 2 teenagers in Delphi, Indiana. 4 years into this investigation, police say an anonymous donor is adding $100,000 to that reward fund, which now stands at over $300,000. If your tip leads to a conviction, that money could be yours. For more information about the investigation and that reward, go to WCIA.com.
We have an update on a sexual assault case in Macon County. The trial started today for 25-year-old Jarquez Hobbs. He's accused of sexually assaulting a 5-year-old 2 years ago after breaking into the child's home. Jurors were sworn in and motions made for what evidence was allowed or barred from the courtroom. The case will continue tomorrow. And fighting against sexual assault is the focus of a unique event. Men wear high heels to raise awareness and then walk a mile. The Prairie Center Against Sexual Assault in Springfield is hosting it. It'll look different this year with people walking on their own, but the message hasn't changed.
What we're trying to do now is to make people understand that this is a public health issue, and in order to eliminate it, it requires everybody to be involved. And that's why we really focus on the men on this particular event, is that it's not going to work if it's just women getting the message out. Men have to be on board and understand too.
You can register and walk your mile anytime from now until the 24th of this month.
Sangamon County coroner says a woman is dead after a house fire on April 1st in Decatur. 61-year-old Gloria Martin died the day after that fire in the hospital. The coroner says it appears she died from burns, but the death remains under investigation by the Decatur Police Department. Popular barbecue spot in Champaign is in the process of reopening after a fire. Little Porgies went up in flames Saturday. Fire department says it started in a commercial cooking pit and was put out quickly. Restaurants closed and windows have been boarded. Barbecue fans say when they reopen, they'll be there.
It was crazy. I mean, it's the last thing you need during a pandemic. So, yeah, definitely when they reopen, I'll be supporting them.
There's no official reopening date. Management appreciates the support they've received from the community. Billions of dollars could pour into expanding Amtrak service across the country if President Biden's infrastructure plans approved. Amtrak wants to increase services from Chicago to Memphis, meaning more stops each day in Champaign-Urbana, Rantoul, Mattoon, and Effingham, to name a few. There are roughly 3 trains northbound and 3 southbound running that route during non-COVID times.
We can grow that even further and give you an even better option than the endless drives across the cornfields, when instead you could be on a train sleeping or texting or emailing or watching a movie on your device. So many better ways to travel than following that dotted white line.
Amtrak's plan would also include more services running from Chicago through Springfield to St. Louis.
A portion of a road known as the Sydney Slab will be getting a makeover. The road connects Sydney to Route 130. It'll stay open while construction is going on, so there will be delays. Construction will start June 1st. They'll be adding 6 feet of asphalt and rock shoulders with rumble strips on each side of the road.
And all these safety measures that we're putting in, we hope will reduce the amount of crashes and prevent any fatalities on the roadway.
And he says he hopes the project will be finished by November.
It's the first time we've heard from Coach Underwood since the loss to Loyola in the tournament, how he's planning for next season.
And also tonight, it started as a drawing, but now it's only days from being done.
Kevin, beautiful today. Lots of sunshine. Clouds moving in a little bit, though.
A few clouds, but we're going to see more sunshine tomorrow and more temperatures near 80. Can you believe it's almost 80?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and actually...
get the shorts.
Yeah, right. Get the shorts out. I'm telling you, somebody's turned on that air conditioning. I know somebody at home has turned on the AC. I know it. Somebody has. Here's the thing. Officially, unofficially, let's explain. 81 was the high out in Willard, but the official number, actually at the Illinois State Water Survey, they hit 78. 78, 81, tomato, tomato. It's warm. We'll talk about how long this sticks around when we come back.